Hey, this is Nick Aldis, your favorite GM, former world champion, and friend of K100 despite being on probation. A few years ago, I started Legacy Sports Nutrition to sell high-quality supplements made in the USA to people like me and hopefully people like you. Since we launched, code K100 is the most used promo code at LegacySups.com, which is a testament to the listeners of this show as intelligent people who care about their health and performance with bestsellers like Test X9 Testosterone Booster and our Recovery PM Sleep Aid. I use these products myself, and so does my wife, Hall of Famer Mickie James, as well as a bunch of your favorite wrestlers. Try our stuff now at LegacySups.com. That's LegacySupps.com and use code K100 for 10% off and to support this podcast.
I'm going to tell you a story you're going to like. Do you know who Jay Prince is?
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
The OG.
So when I was,
The OG.
Yeah. So when I was in WCW, I had made these rap videos, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Jay Prince told his assistant, his name is Chief or Big Chief, to get a hold of me, right? And bro, listen to what he told me. And I didn't know you could do this, but now I found out through Tekashi 69. So he told me that, he goes, I'll buy your first 500,000 albums so you can go gold. And I was like, really?
Wow.
He goes, yeah. And I didn't think you could do that, right? And then he says, and you can work with any producer you want. And I was like, how about Dre? He goes, any producer you want. And I went to Eric Bischoff. And at that time we had mega heat, bro. Like mega heat.
You and Bischoff?
Huh?
You and Bischoff had mega heat?
Yeah. So I went to Bischoff and I was like, hey man, they're calling me from Rap A Lot Records and all this. And he goes, we're working with Tommy Boy and you're going to work with Tommy Boy. Bro, imagine if that would have made me pop like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds like what they like with bots. I didn't know the music. I mean, you always hear that the music industry does stuff like that, right? Like the artificial buys and whatnot.
Oh, there's an interview with Tekashi 69. I'm going to see if I can send it to you.
Yeah.
He's exposing all of that.
Yeah.
He even said he paid the, have like it looked like he had more sales.
Yeah.
Right. Like artificially inflated.
Yeah.
Movie stars do that too for opening weekends. Yeah.
You know what's funny? YouTubers are doing that now. Is you'll see somebody's YouTube video and they've got like 100,000 or like 1 million views.
But
and
who are they paying this money
like
to
18
YouTube?
comments.
No,
who are they paying this money to
YouTube?
Bots.
They pay somebody to artificially inflate, and it's amazing because it used to be much stricter. People would get caught, shut down, kicked off.
But isn't there any way to expose bots? There has to be a system for that.
There used to be. I don't know why it's not like that. Like we can say, like, Disco was going over our YouTube earlier, Alfred. He's like, well, we got 6,000 for this and 10 here and 4 here. Thing about it is K100 is all legitimate views. You know?
Yes, that's fine. Yeah.
There's nothing in there that's fake. So, and some other channels you look and you're like, how's this dude getting 120,000 in 12 hours? It just don't look right, but.
Okay. Give me your list of top 5 females all time.
Female rappers?
Female wrestlers.
Female wrestlers, okay. My favorite of all, Bianca Belair.
Bianca's one.
I would say one. Bianca Belair one. And if we're going to talk about, Sasha Banks is on that list for sure.
Sasha Banks too.
Especially when she was coming up in NXT.
Right. Yeah, in NXT she was, bro, I went to the WrestleMania and I think it was in Dallas and she wrestled Bayley and I was there live. What a match.
Yes,
I knew right then and there, these two are going to be great.
Yeah, and Bayley's great. I wouldn't put Bayley in my top 5, but she's up there. Right. Have you heard the Crush Gal? Are we talking about just WWE?
Yeah, Japanese.
The Crush Gals, like that, amazing. Like to this day, it holds up in terms of great wrestling.
Right.
So I'll put them up there. I really did I liked Chyna in terms of the whole package of Chyna. She wasn't the greatest wrestler, obviously.
Right.
She's one of those type wrestlers once in a lifetime that they're still trying to recreate that they haven't quite figured out. Like Megan Bain. I love Jade Cargill, but they're trying to do the Chyna thing with her. They're trying to do they keep trying to recreate Chyna and they haven't done it.
Is Jade still up for the bump in her head?
Yeah, she is.
Stairs?
Yeah, that was a nasty bump.
Yeah, it was.
Medusa's great. Medusa, you can't sleep on Medusa. She was one of those wrestlers, and I'll put Gail Kim and Awesome Kong in this category too, and they're on my list in some type of capacity, where women's wrestling in America was more of a novelties, and like they weren't all about men wrestling Medusa. So like talents like Medusa and Gail Kim had to be like managers in what would have been their prime years. You know, they tried with the Lunge of Blaze, but, you know, that didn't get over in WWE in terms of the women's wrestling division. But Medusa was ahead of her time, and I think would have been right up there with one of the greatest wrestlers if she was wrestling all throughout her prime.
Yeah.
With the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Bet on the NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB, soccer, golf, MMA, and more. Every sport, every market, right at your fingertips. Deposit instantly with PayPal, Venmo, or Apple Pay, starting at just $10. Win big and cash out fast. PayPal in 24 hours or instantly at retail sportsbooks. Available in over 20 states, FanDuel's app is your ticket to the action. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app now.
Who are yours, Joe?
Women all time. Charlotte, easy one.
Oh, Charlotte's great.
Beth Phoenix had a great.
Oh, yeah.
And she was like, they tried to do a China thing with her, but that didn't, you know, she was way different. Let me see. I liked when they had that whole NXT stable of women coming up. I always thought that Emma didn't get the credit.
Yeah.
Emma was like one of the better ones out of them, and then she kind of just faded off. Especially they had that weird thing where she got arrested for shoplifting or whatever
at Walmart. Yeah, and it was Emma and Paige in NXT, and they were supposed to be the two.
They were the ones. Yeah.
Paige ended up getting elevated, and Emma was so over because she had that dance that she would do.
Yeah,
and I thought she was the bigger star of the two. I was, in my mind, Emma was going to be the one to.
That's what I thought.
Be the alpha.
Yeah. Bro, I was in TNA when Emma was there.
Yeah.
She was hot. That's number one.
Right.
Bro, but she would go out there, and I hated this for her because my wife's Australian, right? And I love Australian people. They're the nicest people.
Yes.
Bro, Emma had no charisma.
Wow.
Like she had Melania Trump charisma, which is nothing.
Right.
She had Jared Kutcher, her husband, his charisma.
What about Barron Trump? Was she more or less charismatic than Barron Trump?
No.
It's almost like
he's not charismatic either.
No, he's not at all.
It's almost like when she came in, not that she wasn't hot, but she really dedicated herself later on to her body and looks and stuff. When she came in, she was more like Girl Next Door, and then was a little more charismatic with the dance and stuff. It seems like the hotter she got and concentrated more on that, the less charismatic she was. Does that make sense?
Yeah, maybe she got in her head about that too. Yeah.
Let me tell you who mine are, and they're mostly Japanese. Manami Toyota.
Yeah.
Aja Khan. Hakuto. Ano.
Well,
and would be another one.
What about Dumb Matsumoto?
Yeah, I would put her in that conversation. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a Netflix documentary.
I just think those women from the 90s wrestling in Japan, nobody can touch them.
Nobody can touch that. Yeah. No, it's like the greatest era.
Victoria gets forgotten a lot, or
it does.
What did they call her in TNA then? She became
starts with a T, right? She was like
Victoria, and then I'll look it up. Because she was great. She was one of those standouts during that time where it was like kind of in the middle between divas and wrestling, right?
Right. During that divas era, there was always like one, and AJ Lee was kind of one of those in terms of the wrestler.
She was Tara.
She wasn't a diva. She knew how to work. Right. Yeah, Tara.
Yeah. And then whatever they put in front of her, she worked well with Stevie Richards. You know what I mean? She did that stuff in TNA she worked with all the girls in TNA and brought them up, because she was the experienced one.
Yeah, she was great in TNA. Then, speaking of TNA and women's wrestling, the feud between Gail Kim and Awesome Kong, I'd say in terms of a women's wrestling era, that came close to being a great era for women's wrestling.
Yeah.
It's led by Gail Kim and Awesome Kong. I thought those matches were amazing.
Yep.
Yeah.
But then again, I'd never really seen, I saw the Crush Gals, but I'd never really seen women in the States work to that degree that they were having those like a full-blown rivalry.
Yeah.
I had just left, but I was watching it on TV, and I thought their matches were great because they were very logical.
Yes.
And then they had a great deal going there with the knockouts at first because you had that feud going on. And then you had your Velvet Skies and stuff, hot, not the greatest in-ring, but competent enough, you know what I mean? Or Brooke Adams, Tess Mocker was like that too. Yeah, TNA always had great women's stuff going on. Who's the girl that came over from WWE that was like eye candy, but then she came into TNA and she really tore it down? She did like the Dollhouse stable or something like that. Well, that was
The Dollhouse stable.
Oh, that was that girl Mia Yim and Bella. Oh, I forgot her name. She's Dominican.
Yeah.
Look it up.
Yep.
Okay,
Maybe not the Doll.
What era was this?
Taryn Terrell. That's who I'm thinking of.
Oh, Taryn Terrell. Okay.
Yeah. Because she was
Canadian,
like,
right?
she didn't.
She had some good matches before she left.
Yep. The WWE didn't use her that way. I remember.
She used to be married to Drew McIntyre, right?
Yeah, they had like a.
And they had an ugly falling out.
Yeah, that was the thing, and then she left, and then should have been TNA, and people were like, "Well, what's she gonna do?" And she wound up being a good wrestler.
She's really good, yeah.
And then Joe stalked her for like a week.
She scared me off though. She's scarier than I am.
Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.